God lives in cozy homes, but God's world is in cozy hearts. First point is, we know that opposite of fear is love. Love is the light and fear is the darkness. And the more love you have, the less fear you have, the less darkness it has. That's the polarity. The less love we have in our hearts, not just for people around us, our family, but the less love you have for whoever, wherever, the less cozy love you have in your heart, the more fear is able to be spread around the world. The more we withdraw our love and attention from people around us, from people that we don't know, from our homes, from whoever, that's as if we open up a place for fear to come in, a place for destructive factors. It is just a simple polarity of life, of black and white, of light and dark, of good and bad. We as people, we represent life, right? We represent love. Life equals love. There is no love, there is no attention. It is automatic that distraction starts to happen. It is automatic. Just as if you have a house and you live in the house and you take care of the house and it's all good, and this house, if you take care of it, it will stand for however 100, 500, 600, 700, 800 years, 1,000, whatever. As soon as you withdraw from the house starts to destroy and collapse, and there are, by the environmental factors, the house just starts to kind of, withdraw. And that's the polarity of life, right? Where there is life and love, there are things that are growing. This is how we need to look when we talk about heart center and when we talk about love. My second point that kind of ties in with the first. We think that we are all like these kind, compassionate people because we think, we are probably already out doing so much for others anyway, that we need to actually pull back somehow, But that's not what Heart Center is about. Heart Center, as I said, it allows you to view the world with less fear. Our personality, the way we react to things, is based on fear, on what we have learned in the past, and how we were brought up, and what kind of worked for us. So the fear and the way we react is based in fear, and it's sort of like a shield around you that you think, oh, it's actually protecting you. And lots of times when you react to people, you react from that shield of fear. Shield of fear, I love that name. It's like Tears for Fears. Shield of fear. Okay, but it is true. And the more we step into our heart center, the less we will be acting from the shield of fear and more from the ease of love. And things starts flowing. And the soul starts to be expressed more. The creativity starts to be expressed more. We are also helping not only ourselves, not only we are helping our health, because when we feel the love within us, the whole body is working better. And not only our body, but our environments, even our earth, even our whole planet, even our whole universe. Everything starts working better when there is love. And now my third point is how are we going to be able to access it? And there is a beautiful lecture by Yogi Bhajan where he talks about actually this meditation Ad Gure Name for protection and projection from the heart, where he taught this meditation and the lecture that he gave. And there is a very important point that he says, and that's my third point. The reason why and when we withdrew from our heart is when we stop believing that we belong to God, that we are partly God, that we are part of God, and that God is in us. At the point where you start devaluing yourself, you remove yourself from the heart center. You remove yourself from the cosmic love, from the universal love, from God's love. The moment when you don't realize that you should treat yourself as God itself, that's when you leave. That's when you leave, the heart center closes and the fear starts seeking in. And he said, like, you always say, oh, how terrible you are and how clumsy you are. And you kind of like always blame yourself for how terrible you are. And that's as if you were saying that to God, those things, You don't realize that there is a plan to everything. And you have been created in a very specific instructions to be as magnificent as you can possibly be with the God in your heart. And we all carry that peace within us. And that's something that will help us feel belonging, and that's something that will help us see through the fears. And the reason why we act like that is because we are afraid of the responsibility. We don't want to be responsible. You see, it's a withdrawal again. You withdraw yourself from responsibility for your life. You present yourself as something, and then you have to stand up to it. And we are worried that we are not worthy of it, that we won't be able to be graceful, that we can't accomplish it. And because of we worry, we just kind of withdraw. That's when the wearing white becomes really useful, because it sort of creates a shield of you are crystal clear, beautiful. Now that's a shield. Now step into that role. Prove yourself to be that way. Act that way. And you will. And it will protect you. Love is belonging. Love is two. Love is two. And whenever we lose connection to the heart, it's because we stop feeling like we belong. Whether it's just to community, whether it's to your significant other, whether it's to God, whether it's to yourself. You separate yourself from the sense of belonging. So the first place that you have to connect yourself with is the godliness of yourself. You have to connect yourself to your own soul, to your own spirit. And it's very easy, and that's why we meditate every day. Whenever you bring your palms together and bring them in front of the heart, this is where the soul rests. This is where your heart center is. This is how you connect with your essence, with yourself, with the godliness in you. And that's why we do it every single day, so that we don't forget. And my fourth point, the reason why we are lots of times blocked from the heart center and why we have a hard time accessing the heart center is because we view the world as sort of competition for resources. Whether it's just your own resources, like your own energy, or it's actual resources like money. And that's when we step away from the heart center. We close it in fear that we will lose the resources, or that we will lose something from us, that someone will take something from us. It is important to come back and remember and reestablish that heart center connection, especially those times, because in the heart you will find unlimited resources. Because, as I said, that is the connection to the God in you and to the God everywhere around you. And God has never let anyone who has connected with Himself, who lives as God Himself, who speaks and respects and is graceful as God Himself, go without nothing. There is unlimited resources for everyone. As long as you respect and treat the God in you with respect. And as long as you have the love in your heart and no fear, you have unlimited resources. It is not only spiritual, it is actual physical. The heart center is the place of attractiveness, of magnetism, of the law of manifestation. And the reason why we can manifest something is because we usually manifest it from the second chakra. I want. That kind of thing, you know. It doesn't happen that way. In the heart, you will find the resources, and at the same time, you will find the way. So how do you do it, right? How do you access this? You can do it every day when you meditate. Sometimes you do it almost unconsciously. You just put your hands together and you say a mantra, or you do. But I want you to actually realize that that is what you're doing, that you're just finding time for yourself, for your own essence, for the connection with your heart, and for the connection with the unlimited resource for energy. Every time you tune in to meditate, you're tuning in with the connection of unlimited resources. And you're letting that permeate through you. And then one specific thing, this is the beautiful meditation. And it uses the mantra Ad Gure Name, and I am a big believer in knowing the translation of each mantra, because then it'll start to make more sense. So the translation of, first let me say the complete mantra, right? It's Ad Gure Name, Jugar Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. I bow to the primal Guru. I bow to the Guru, or the light that has existed throughout the ages. I bow to the true Guru. I bow to the great divine wisdom. Opposite of many other religions, you're not just directing this energy outwards. You're bowing and respecting that divine energy within you. That is the important part. You're not just bowing as if something is greater outside of you than you. But you're also bowing and recognizing that that greater outside is also within you. And you put your hands together like this. Then you interlace your thumbs one over the other and bring the hands in in front of the heart. And each line of the mantra, you move the arms from the heart center up, and you move like this. Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Guru Deva Name, Ad Gure Name, Jugat Gure Sadguru Name, Sri Guru Deva Name, Adguru Name, Jugadguru Name, Sadguru Name, Sri Guru Deva Name, Ad Guru Name, Jugat